Coming to you live from our studio in Atlanta, Georgia, this is the A1 Trading Daily Show. Whether markets are rising or falling, we're here to keep you up to date with the latest market news. Join us as we trade currencies, commodities, and indices live, Monday through Friday.
Wow, I love the new intro. That is absolutely awesome. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. We are officially back in, well, I should say, I'm back in the office. The rest of my team is out of the office, though they're still remote. They're working from home, and sort of as part of our Christmas holiday, everybody is working from home, except for the poor old trader us to get up on the live streams every day. It's so tough for me. I'm kidding, but good to see everybody. Thank you for tuning in. You guys saw that new intro. What'd you think about that? Chandler did such a good job with that. Chandler is our producer and editor. Puts together all the cool behind the scenes stuff that you guys see here on the channel. So what's everybody doing? What's everybody trading? What are you looking at? Let me know in the chat. Are you guys trading this week? And if so, what are you watching? I'd be curious to see what everybody is paying attention to and if there's any market moves. I guess one way to start is to take a look at the heat map and see if anything is making a move this morning. Great intro. Looks cool. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, no, Chandler did a great job with that. It's just nice to shake things up and get new intros going every once in a while. So let's take a look. Dollar yen is up here this morning. Seems to be the leader when it comes to the dollar crosses. Dollar yen up. Maybe that's a yen down sort of thing. Yeah, it seems to be. Look at that. CAD JPY up 1%. CHF JPY up 0.65, Aussie yen 0.64. So you have some yen movements going on. Swiss franc crosses moving a little bit. Seems to get a little bit of action going on the Aussie pairs as well. So a good place to start today seems to be the yen crosses. We could go take a look and see if anything is making a move over on that side of the camp. Let's look at CAD yen, which seems to be one of the leaders today. Look at this, CAD yen making a recovery move. And the question is, guys, is this something we should be looking to buy and try and get involved with, or should we be selling this thing? And if so, where at? Found anything to trade yet, Nick? Yes, I did. I have an S&P 500 trade open, which I took it. It's still in profit. We could possibly talk about that in just a little bit. I am long S&P 500. Now, what I do want to pay attention to first today is the yen crosses. And I think dollar yen is a good place to start. So dollar yen off the daily chart did actually react to this level that we marked up. So we have a longer term daily chart level. I did not take any trades here, but we're seeing a reaction to this area. I think that this is probably a pretty normal move to think about, because again, with dollar yen, what you have here is you have this thing in a massive sell frenzy, right? But it came down to a longer term level support that is, for now, trying to hold. It's not necessarily a certainty that it is going to hold, but right now it's starting to hold. It's trying to. And I think that even in a downward trend, you're going to get bounces. You're going to get reactions to major levels sometimes. And that's exactly what we seem to be seeing here now. So if I actually draw up some zones, and we can do some here, we can talk a little bit about this. I bet you this is going to be a 50% retracement off the previous high. So we had this big swing to the downside, right? And bringing this back up, you can see the 50% retracement, 61.8, somewhere in this zone is going to offer us what I would say the first level of major resistance on a retest, potentially happening this week. Now, yes, this is a relatively quiet week, but the markets are back to at least moving a little bit more than they were last week, it seems. We're starting out with a pretty good move here in the yen crosses. And I would say if you do get dollar yen retesting levels of structure here, that there is a possibility we could see this kind of sell trend continue, right? And I'd be interested to see if we can build some bias on that. And actually, let's go look at do we have No, we don't have that yet. Let's go look at the dollar yen specifically. Euro GBP is on a nice spot. I'd like to go look at Euro GBP. Let's see what's going on. I believe it's on the watch list. So dollar yen doesn't have strong bias here on the edge finder, so that's probably going to keep me out of any actual trades. But from just a technical analysis, yeah, you can see sentiment from retail traders is very mixed. COT data is bullish for the currency cross, as smart money seems to be buying the dollar, selling the yen. But that kind of gives us conflicting data, right? So that's why I don't have any trades or interest in actually taking trades on the dollar yen. But for those of you who are watching it, I would say watch this area for a technical bounce and continuation of this downward trend. Though I will not be trading this myself. We'll go back to the edge finder. We'll see. I'm going to go to the watch list and see if we can actually find some bias here. So if I go to bias and I just filter out neutral, I don't want neutral in there. I want everything except neutral here. This is going to give me my watch list, and you guys who are regulars on the stream, and many of you may even have the edge finder. This is how I find my trade setups each day. Is I just go to the watch list section here, and it generates basically a report here for me. And I like to just exclude the neutrals because those are not going to be things I'm going to be interested in trading. So I just leave the buys, sells, strong buys, and strong sells for today, and I bring that into my watch list here so that I can take a look at it. If you guys don't have the edge finder and you would like to try it out, we do have free trials available. If this is a software tool you think would be helpful to your trading, then grab it for free. Click this link. It's going to take you, we'll drop it in the chat here. If you take a look at this link, it'll take you to a form where you fill that form out. You give us some contact information and we'll reach out to you to coordinate a free trial. We do it manually on a one-by-one basis, as we like to train people, make sure they actually get a chance to learn how to use the tool to the best of their ability. So click that link, grab that tool if you want to try it out. Some people had mentioned Euro GBP. I have a bias to the upside on Euro GBP, and we'll take a look at Euro Pound and see what's going on from a technical charting perspective. Yeah, look at that. So we've got a nice upward trend here. Here's your 4-hour chart, and we can zoom in, and Euro Pound actually showing some healthy potential here. So off of the 4-hour chart first, what we can see is price is holding structure quite well, and we actually have some moves. Here's the thing, guys. A lot of people are going to tell you, hey, don't even touch the markets right now. They're too choppy. They're too indecisive. And for most things, I actually would agree. Most things probably not worth touching right now. But there are some things that, irregardless of, even though it's a holiday season, they're still going to be moving. You're still going to get some volatility out of them. And if they're moving, then there's possibly some trades, right? Especially if you are a regular on the stream, you know we look for momentum. We look for trades that are happening now. We try and capture pieces of that momentum. Momentum favors the upside here, I would say, on Euro GBP. And as we pull back here today, the question is this actually a setup for this week? This is looking pretty healthy. So let's draw our fibs. We'll actually zoom in here. This is going to be a lower time frame based setup. 50 and the 61.8% look pretty attractive there. Getting a bit of reaction off of this level. And someone had mentioned that there may be some higher time frame resistance, but it actually seems like it's broken out of major resistance just recently. So looking at the 1-hour chart, like I said, I think Euro Pound actually looks pretty bullish. And I'd like to go look with you guys. So set up here for Euro Pound, probably a pullback into this zone, but let's actually go look at the fundamentals and sentiment based on the edge finder and see if there's something that we can break down a little further. So we are currently looking at Euro Pound. Narak, I love you too, man. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Pun says already filled out the Edge Finder trial. Can't wait to try it. Awesome, man. We will be with you as soon as we can. I have 2 people currently that are handling the free trials and training people on the Edge Finder. So 2 staff members. One of them will reach out to you some point this next couple of days. So yeah. All right, so Euro Pound, I want to actually go look at this one. So if I go minor currency crosses, Euro GBP is what I'm looking at. Okay, so Euro Pound, what's the bias here? Well, we have a +3 overall, And what we can see is that under this +3, we get a breakdown of each one of these different score components. A couple of things giving us positive score, COT data. COT data is showing us that the euro is pretty heavily bought by institutional traders. Now, pound is net positive or more short than long, not by a whole lot. So it doesn't give us a lot of bias there, but it does on the euro. So the euro gets us a +1, meaning bullish bias on the euro right now due to COT data being positive for the euro. This is a more recent development. It seems like big money has been piling into some euro longs in the last several weeks or months. Can I be your staff member? Are you in Atlanta? We are looking for local people. We are looking to potentially hire another support rep, but it's an in-person job. We have an office studio in Atlanta. Retail sentiment. So retail sentiment, another one interesting. Look at this. The crowd is very short. Retail traders tend to be trying to short euro pound here this morning, which is an interesting little observation that we could pay attention to. So if we know retail traders are trying to short euro pound, that's going to be a net bullish signal because we know retail traders tend to be on the wrong side of great trades. Seasonality goes against us slightly in both January and in December as we are approaching January. So in seasonality, we get a -1 score. So that's not great for us. That goes against us. Trend reading, an uptrend. That's pretty clear. Nice uptrend gets us +2 on the board. GDP growth and inflation favor the euro, and unemployment and interest rates favor the pound. So overall, we get a +3. This is enough bias based on the Edge Finder calculations to give us a bullish bias. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed to go up and go up right now. It's just a overall, based on the scans we've done, it suggests more on the bullish side based on these indicators than on the sell side. So going back to this again, like I said, now we bring the technicals into focus. We have the Edge Finder, which is pointing towards a bullish view of euro pound for the time being. That could change, but for starters, we have a bullish view, but then now we're looking for technicals to actually come into play. And I think that technicals look more attractive on a retest of past resistance turned support. Does that process make sense to you guys? Type yes in the chat if that was helpful to you. I want to make sure you guys understand when you watch my streams how that function works. We look at the Edge Finder to help find the setups. It's our scanner. It points us in the right direction. And then once we have a bias, then we go look at the charts and we take a look and we say, hey, what are the technicals looking like? And if those technicals agree, then there's a trade setup. But I don't take trades unless both of them are agreeing. That's kind of my strategy in a box, if you will. Somebody asked me, guys, oh, thank you for all the yeses. I appreciate that. So somebody asked me recently, they said, shoot, what did they ask me? I was just about to say something. I completely forgot it. I hate when that happens. Oh yeah. Somebody asked me, they were like, Nick, why are you sharing your strategy if it's so good? And first of all, my strategy is not flawless. If you trade like me, you will know very quickly the frustrations that come with trying to trail stops and trying to, trend follow. It's no walk in the park. So first of all, it's not easy and it's not the holy grail. But second of all, it's not a secret either. My trading strategy is not a secret. A lot of times people try and box up their system and they try and be like, hey, if you want to learn the way I trade, you got to buy my $2,000 course and I'm going to teach you how I trade, right? I don't do any of that. In my YouTube channel, my YouTube videos, I show you guys exactly, without holding back, why I take trades, what I do. There is no secret to my trading strategy. It is not some black box, secret system. I trade very straightforward. I use the Edge Finder. The Edge Finder assists me by scanning for fundamentals and sentiment analysis to generate a bias. And then I'm using pure price action and trend following to try and capture those trades, and I trail stops. There is nothing further to my trading strategy than that. It is no secret. There's no, hey, you gotta, watch my 18-hour course in order to learn my fancy system. It's not that. It's very, very straightforward. It's a lot of the stuff that you see all over YouTube. And, people discredit simple price action all the time. Support and resistance doesn't work or whatever. And it's like, It's done very well for me in the last several years. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you, it's been perfectly fine. Looking at simple market structure and understanding that in combination with retail sentiment and fundamentals and all that sort of stuff is huge. Please don't spam the chat. I will likely look at euro dollar, but for starters, we are looking at euro pound. Speaking of the pound, let's look at the pound USD here this morning, and we'll go to the daily chart first just to get a look. So pound USD has been rising pretty dramatically. In fact, it's kind of erased its downward structure, which has been a change recently. So the pound is in a bullish trend on the daily chart, but on the 4-hour and the 1-hour chart, it's really been compromised, I would say, right? So that momentum that we had on the 4-hour chart seems to have kind of fallen apart. And if you're, if you're a one-day chart trader or like a longer term swing trader, then you may be looking for some pullback plays. And maybe that pullback play is a move down here. And this is why I always talk about the fact that, whether you're a bull or a bear, there's money to be made both directions, especially if you're trading on different time frames than other people. So one guy might say, I'm bullish on the pound down here. And one day trader might say, well, I'll trade it down into that. I'll be selling it and I'll sell it down to that area and make some money off of the 15-minute chart, right? And both traders might be right. So first trader sells it. He makes money on the way down. He closes out of his position. And then the second trader, he's a swing trader. He catches a longer term move back up. There's money to be made on both sides of a trade as long as you have a strategy, risk management, and all that good stuff that we talk about all the time. But for those of you watching the pound USD here today, seems to be trying to hold here on the 1-hour chart. We could probably look at this 1-hour chart. We're trying to hold this here area here. For the day traders, like I mentioned, if you are looking at this thing and saying, okay, higher time frame, we may be headed back down to retest this area, 1-hour chart might offer you something like this, in which case there could be a nice swing continuation. And if I draw fibs from here, that one's tough. That one's tough because I think like unless you get lower time frame than the 1-hour chart, it's going to be very hard for me to justify this being a break and retest. Big reason for that is because I like to draw my fibs and look for like a 38.2%. That's just like a healthy, okay, it clearly broke this area, retest, but then I wouldn't want to sell this after it just hit major support. Does that make sense? Type yes in the chat if that makes sense to you. I don't know if what I just said was confusing. The reason I ask you guys sometimes to do that is because it lets me know if I actually properly explained something or if I need to go back and do it again. Happy holidays to you guys as well. Can we take a look at gold? Yeah, we'll take a look at gold pretty soon. Caught the euro dollar sell off by 200 pips. It actually fell by 500 pips. I do not think it did that. If it did that, then we're talking some serious game. I think you might have been 50 pips, 500 points. Did you mean points? Okay, so we had most people saying yes, it made sense. Cool. How many percentages do you aim per day? Definitely far less than 1%. I'm not looking to average, but I'm also trading with a larger capital size. I'm not looking to take a lot of risk. I'm looking to go slow and steady. Pound USD. Okay, I'm glad that made sense to most traders. Aussie Swiss. I do want to take a look at this one because if you watch my Sunday video, then did this get hit? Wait, hold on. It did. Look at this, you guys. This is crazy. Aussie Swiss tagged that 61.8% absolutely perfectly that we drew yesterday. Crazy. I drew this off of on the Sunday setups, my Sunday setups that I did on Monday, which is especially confusing. I did them one day later because the market was closed for the Christmas holiday. This 61.8% retracement literally got tapped by like 1 pip and has started to drop. Even if it doesn't, even if it rallies through that, that's still very impressive. The fact that 61.8 got tagged absolutely pin perfect. That's really crazy. I meant points. Thank you. Gotcha. I was about to say 500 pips. We'd be markets would be very much alive if we saw 500 pips suddenly on the euro dollar. Something seriously big would be happening. Yeah, Aussie Swiss. So sell bias on Aussie Swiss. We talked about this one. We can pull this one up. I just know from the Edge Finder watch list that the Aussie Swiss is getting a sell right now, sell bias. And we can see a little quick run through downward trend, seasonality, the months of December and January tending towards negative decline for AUD/CHF. Retail sentiment, crowd is very long on this one, guys. Look at this. In fact, we should do a scan on retail sentiment next. We'll do that in a second. Long percentage, very high on AUD/CHF. So the crowd is betting that this thing is going higher. They are betting it long, and so that's a red flag. And if anything, points me more towards being on the sell side of this trade. So yeah, I mean that 61.8 looks just absolutely beautiful. So we'll see if that holds. And congrats to anybody else who caught that. We talked about it yesterday on the Sunday video. I didn't catch it myself. Let's see, seasonality, trend reading. Overall, getting a -4. So this is getting us a pretty good bias overall to the downside. So yeah, this week I am paying attention to see if I can take some trades. If I can take some trades, I will. I do still have my gold trade, or not my gold trade, my S&P 500 trade. Let me see if I can find that for you guys. I'll show it to you. Give me 1 second. Next trade's here. Okay, yeah. So if I take any trades, I'll be sharing them inside the Discord channel. So I do have a gold trade that ended up stopping out pretty quick. And then I also have my S&P 500 trade from last week. So if you guys would like to grab access to the free Discord channel, the link is going to be dropped in the chat for you if that's something that you're interested in. So yeah, we'll drop that in the chat. There we go. Click this link if you want to join the free Discord channel. We do have a free and a paid version of the Discord. If you want to just check out the free one, though, you're more than welcome to. Just click that link. You just fill that form out, and it will send you a link for you to join the Discord. So check us out over on Discord if you haven't already, and if you have it. So I mentioned we're going to look at this, the retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is going to be an interesting one to look at today. So if you don't, so the retail sentiment page on the Edge Finder, what this is going to do, it's just going to show you overall what are retail traders doing. Do you guys type in the chat really quick, yes or no? Do you use retail sentiment on a regular basis? Do you guys look at what retail traders are doing on a consistent basis? Do you have lifetime memberships to the Discord? Hey, Angelo, yes, we do. If that's something you're interested in, you can go to our website, and I'll show you guys this really quick. If you just type in a1trading.com, or if you click the link in the description, it will also take you. Look at this. We just had some beautiful pictures of our team posted up, which is nice. If you go to see our trades, we do have a lifetime one-time purchase where you can get access to our trading room, trade alerts, all that sort of stuff for a one-time fee. If that's something that you're interested in, then there's also a link in the description and a promo code. If you use that, if you use it at checkout, you actually get a pretty sizable discount off of a membership if that's something you're interested in. Okay, so some of you guys say you do use it. Some of you said no. Let's talk about retail sentiment for a second. This might be an interesting little session to talk about this. So retail sentiment, all it is doing, the simple concept is if you were to poll a bunch of retail traders and say, hey, on the NASDAQ, are you guys buying it or selling it? What do you think it's going to do next? And if they all told you, hey, 74% of respondents said, I'm buying it, and 26% of them said they're going to short it, let me ask you guys in the chat, Would you buy or sell NASDAQ if this was the only information you had? If you knew that all the retail traders were buying it, 74%, a very large majority, 74% of them are buying it, 26% are shorting, would you buy it or would you sell it? What would you do? Hey, Nick, hope you're doing good. About the A1 Edge Finder, can you please tell us more about what it's based on to get information, like the retail sentiment page? What is it based on? So all of that is in the help section. You can also find that on the website when you're looking at the product. If you want to read about the product, go to a1trading.com and just click trading software or click Edge Finder. It will take you to the page where you get all the information about it. It's quite a lot. There's a lot of things that we pull into the Edge Finder. It is a data visualization software that basically pulls in lots of different information and generates a bias on each asset for you. It's been our most popular product that we've ever brought to market, and traders are really loving it. So it's been really cool. Okay, so you guys seem to be on the same case. A lot of you guys are saying sell, right? So if you know that the retail crowd is super long on something, it's a red flag, right? Because the retail trader tends to be wrong. They tend to be on the wrong side of great trades. So if you know the crowd is doing something, not always, it's not 100%. Just because the crowd is long on something does not necessarily mean it has to go down. But to me, it's like, okay, that's a scary trade to take. If I know that everybody is long on this thing, it's almost like it's a recipe for disaster before it just trends further, right? And takes a lot of those traders' money. And it's as simple as that, really. So that is retail sentiment in a nutshell. Retail sentiment is a nice thing to visualize. We have it for all of the different assets on the Edge Finder. And again, one more time, we'll drop it in the chat if you guys want access to the Edge Finder. Grab it for free today, or try it out. I mean, click the link, it'll take you to a free trial sign up. And I think this is kind of interesting too. The Euro Pound, 88% retail traders short. We were talking about potential long setups. Euro Pound looking interesting. So Euro Pound here. So Euro Pound, we were talking about this. We have a bias overall in the Edge Finder to the upside, 61.8%. If it does come into play, might be a setup for me going into this week. Looking for continuation plays. Stops probably just below market structure there. Nick, how do you know if a broker is regulated or not? If it is regulated, it should show in their terms of service. And you can also just look it up on Google. For example, if you look up like, is Oanda regulated in the US, etc. Speaking of that, if you guys are looking for regulated brokers, we have 2 partners that support our content here. These live streams, are financially, they cost us money to do all the trading software, all the computers, the cameras, the lights, the Wi-Fi, the streaming software. We are helped financially and able to do that. If that is something you'd like to check out, if you'd like to look for a new broker, we have 2 brokers listed in the description of this live stream. One for people who are inside of the US and one for people who are outside of the US. If you're interested in signing up with a brokerage that is regulated, that is, I know people at both brokerages, they're both awesome. Oanda and 8Cap are the 2 brokers that I recommend. Those are linked down below in the description. If you'd like to use that link, like I said, to support our content here, click that link. These streams will continue to be free to everyone. But again, financially, we are helped by our sponsors who make this show possible. So check them out if that's something you're interested in. I hope you guys have a great rest of your trading week. I'm gonna call it here for now. Get some videos out and see if I can do anything else trading related here today. But still a quiet week, and we will prepare for the new year. So thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.
Thanks again for watching today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to continue to share free value to our audience through daily videos and articles, keeping you up to date with the latest market coverage. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe for more. And remember to check the description below if you're looking for a new broker or looking for a trading community to join. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day. and we'll see you next time.